name's Anthony Gray. Welcome to another edition of Grayscale. Now, you're not going to see, obviously, my pencil lines, but I'm going to do a Calla Lily. Okay? Haven't done too many of these, but this is a perfect example of shading. We'll do a white one. Okay? And I'm going to get right on to it. I'll do the initial sketch so you guys can see what it is that I sketched out. Alright, I'm going to take a script liner brush, get a little water, and put it right in here into the paint. Just like I said, it'll be a quick outline sketch of what I got here in pencil. Got a solid black background. Okay, so whatever leaves I'm going to put back there, I'm going to keep them pretty obscure in the back. Alright, now the lily, depending on how you want to paint it, it has a teardrop shape, almost like half a heart, half teardrop. Okay, we'll move right along with it here. Get some of my little shampoo water mix. I'm going to put some on the bristles itself and just wipe it here on my little quick palette. It's actually a coffee container lid. I got Grumbacher red, ultramarine blue, this is phthalo green, and titanium white. Alright, like I say, I want to keep the leaves a little obscure, a little dark. Okay, so I'm going to mix some of this green, put it right into the shampoo water mix, 3:1 ratio. Get a little ultramarine blue, put that in there. I want to keep it relatively dark. Nice blue-green mix. When it dries, it'll dry darker. Okay, I may hint to a little bit of shading on these guys, I don't know yet, but let's throw in a couple. Okay, like I said, I'm going to keep them fairly dark. Okay, the petals for these guys are pretty broad. Alright, you can kind of have your own little renditions of them. Have it go right off the page. And I'm putting the color red in there. I will do some slight shading on these guys. I'm going to keep them relatively the same color, which is the ultramarine blue and phthalo green mix here. So as you can see, I got one here. I'll have one maybe. Let's center this flower in there. Let's put one curving here. It comes down like that. Right now I'm just blocking in color. You guys should be able to see it because it shines a little bit while it's wet. Alright, I just dipped into a little bit of my little lotion, or my shampoo mix. I keep calling it lotion. Don't do that. It's not lotion. Let's put one, because I want to center the flower, so put one right around in here. Blocking in color. Alright. Let's put a little one. Narrow. Have him come right out like that. Put a little guy right in there. Let's get a little more phthalo green. Let's get a little more ultramarine blue. We're going to mix that right in together. Mixing it in the same spot where I have the mix. I'm dipping just the tip of my brush into the mix. Why I do this with the lotion, it's water soluble, it thins the paint. I'm using Grumbacher paint. Okay. It's like, it's close, the consistency is close to oil paint, which is why I like it. Let's put one, even though I'm centering it, I'll put one right here. Excuse me. That wasn't pleasant. And I think I'm going to have one come right over this plant. Or, yeah, sort of like, well, I'm kind of covering over the, let's have him like that. I'll have one overlap. Like I say, I'm going to keep these guys fairly dark. You'll see it once I put the white in there. Okay, I'll mix some of this color in with the white and start the strokes. So I'm getting plenty of the green, plenty of the blue. Get a nice chunk of it here. Put it right in there. Okay. Get some more of my little lotion mix here. Put it in there. Thin the paint up a little bit. I'm getting quite a bit of it because of 1, 2, 3. I got 5 leaves here. I'm getting quite a bit. Now I'm going to go into the smallest amount of white. Okay. People are texting me, but I can't answer right now. And here we go. Like I said, I want to keep a lot of it kind of obscure, so if it's too light, I can just darken it up a little bit later. And we're going to start with this fellow right in here. Now, the light source. Which direction is the light coming from? Okay, I guess I have the light maybe come from the upper right hand side here. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll sketch in a quick center line here, right in here. Let's give me a little guiding point of where I want to put the leaves. Okay. Oh, let's have this one a little closer, right around in here somewhere. Little guide here, like so. Come around here, this guy here. Just a little quick guide of where I want the center of the leaves to be. Okay. Now you take your brush. I got a 1-inch brush here, and what you do is you want to aim toward. Put a little dot there. You want to aim toward that dot. All right. Everything aims toward that guy. You want to aim everything toward that center. Okay. We're going to do the same thing here. Aim it right off the tape there. Everything goes towards that center. All right. And these leaves are a little smoother. All right. Now I'm doing only the lit side right now. Follow the curve as best you can. Bring it right to a point. Do it as best as you can, okay? Especially if it's your first time doing it. I'm going right off the tape. That one I got going backwards. Should have been over here, actually. I can easily correct that. Press, a little flick of the wrist. Okay, I can actually correct that. That's going in the opposite direction. That's not where I wanted it to be. So I'll do it from here. It'll be all right. As the leaves get a little larger, okay, then the point there. I'll do something with that. That I'm not too worried about. Now that I've got, let's get this. There. I'm gonna get this guy over here. something like that for that guy. As the color sets in, it sets in a little darker. Now for the shadow side of these guys, I'm going to add more blue. Now with the blue, okay, I'll add a small amount of white in there. More blue. And if I have to, I'll plop a little bit of red in there. Give it a little bit of a little purplish in there. I just want it a little darker. And I get a little bit of the lotion mix, just a little bit. Put it right in there. It just helps the paint, loosen up the paint, help it flow a little more. Get a nice little edge, and you're going to copy the same pattern. Okay. Little flicks towards the top. Remember, these guys are a little, they're not rough. Okay. They're not, their leaves aren't staggered, the outside edge. They're fairly, I'll put a little tip there on that guy. Follow the curvature of the leaf, like so. I might dabble a little bit of highlight on them, not much though. I don't want that. I don't want the leaves to be really the focus of the painting. A little bit here, like so. Just dipping into my blue, a little touch of red in there, darken it up a little bit. Get a little purple, a little purplish. Now remember, I had messed up on this guy. Okay, this guy's actually supposed to be the shaded side. So getting a little more blue, just get some more red in there, darken that up. I want a nice deeper color for this guy, because we're going to have to cover up my little faux pas here. Cover it right on up there, like so. Okay. We got one more up there, right there in the corner, hidden. This fella right here. Press and release. Press, push, release. Like so. Okay. I'm debating whether I should put some medium in it or not. That's a nice dark color right there. I kind of like that. Right in here. Yeah, I like that. That's quite dark. That's pretty slick. I like that. Very dark. You know what? I really like that dark. I can really set that off with white or yellow really nicely. I'm going over some of the darker spots with some of this color, because it just sets darker. I like the way it looks. Just a few. Few spots here and there. Okay. Rinsing off the brush. As I'm checking it out a wee bit here, I guess I can play around with some highlights. Now, I don't necessarily want bright white for a highlight for these guys, because I still kind of want to keep them sort of in the back there. Okay. So I guess I can make it an extremely light green. So the green that I already have in here, I'm just putting a lot of white in there. I want a tint of white. Or a tint of green in the white. I don't want it completely white. And since I want them like just a little bit of highlight on the leaves that I put there. I'm not gonna excessively highlight them. Okay, maybe just press just a little bit here and there, something like that. Not much, just little bits and pieces. Sometimes I might just touch. Just like that. A little bit. Remember, if it looks a little bit too bright, remember the color recedes into the color that precedes it. Okay? You don't need too much. Just a little touch here and there. You will get accustomed to your strokes. Come right down like that. Alright, just a little bit. I will add some backlighting to the purple too. More towards a little heavier here. Skip a few. I hear my cat wanting to come in, but she's out of luck today. No love for you today, cat. Okay, let's do a little backlighting. Same white. Putting it into the mix I already have. Okay, you don't have to create more. Keep it pretty obscure, just like that. You don't need too much. Go into my shampoo water mix just a little bit because I want to thin down what I have. It does not change the color. It doesn't make it lighter or darker. All it does is thin down the color you already mixed. Alright. I really don't want it that dark. Alright, so maybe outline, a little outline. I'm using the barest pressure, that's what I'm meaning to say. I don't like that part. There, let's outline a little bit. I'm using the bare tips of the brush itself. Okay, I don't want to highlight every little inch of the plant. I will give it a little highlight. Like so. Let's go on the other side. Up here, I forgot to highlight that guy. A little bit there. Skip one. Let's put a nice long one there. Like that. Maybe one here. It might appear a little bright until it dries. The color it sets right in. Don't be afraid to experiment. Have a good time with it. Most of all, have fun. Okay. Let's have one come out here, like out of nowhere. A little bit of outline right there. Okay, something like that. Just clean off the brush. I don't want to really add too much into the background because we want this to be the focus of it. I'm going to put some cutesy little viney things in there too. Just here and there. Right now I'm going to dip my round brush into the mix here. Let's get a little bit of blue, a little bit of green. Mix it right in there on the round brush. I got to mix plenty of it here. And the slightest touch of, if I can get some out of there, slight touch of white, put that in there. Just brighten it up a little bit. I got to get plenty, I got to push it on one side. There's a method to my madness of what I'm doing. Push it up a little bit. I want the paint to just collect in one spot for a second. Rinsing off the round brush. I guess I'll put some, I guess I'll make them deep red here. Nice red. Most of the brush will be in red. Now, I got a different camera, so if I get too close, it'll go out of focus, but you guys can see the red here. Alright, I'm going to get some of this green, put it right on the tip. Right on the tip of the brush. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yes, you can. See it right on the tip. Let's put one, maybe, I'll have them coming down this way. Now remember, gravity is coming downwards, okay? Now plop one right there. Let's get some more. Get some right on the tip. And I have one. You kind of wrap around this guy. And pop one right there. Let's get some more red. Get some more of that green mix. We'll have one coming down. Down. I didn't get enough green. Hold on. Have them come down right in front of this plant, right in here. Get some more green. So you have to make plenty of it. And have them come right up in here, like that. Now that's not, the red is not bright enough. Gotta thicken, brighten up that red right up in there, like that. Now this red is going into the black. So you gotta point there. Put one right here, roll it around. One right in front. So I got 3 on that side over there. Okay. Coming in front, but they're kind of in back of these leaves here. Like so. Okay. Excuse me. What I'm doing is giving a sense of depth even into the darker leaves back there. Okay. We're gonna clean off this brush for one. And we're gonna do the mix again. I'm gonna put these guys in front of the next batch. So I'm getting plenty of blue here, mixing it into the green I already have. I get plenty of it. I'm pushing it up so it collects at the top. Trying to rinse off get a lot of that color off. And we're going to do it again. Get some red, put the red in there. Get some of that bluish green, get a nice chunk of it. We're going to go in front of these guys. I got to do it from the bottom here. And we're going to come up. I'll have to make it brighter. That I see right now. Because it's a little too dark. But I'll work on that later. And we're going to put one right here. Right in there like that. I can highlight that a little bit. Because it might be setting too dark. We're going to do another one. Coming in front of, well, let's have one come this way. Have it come around. Right in front of this guy. Have it wiggle all the way down. I'm going to have to brighten that. Definitely have to brighten that a little. So I'm going to add a little white into that green. Using only the tip. And remember your light source. Okay. Use only the tip if you can. A little white, put it back in there. I'm using acrylic paint, by the way. Right up in here. Brighten some of that up there. That you see at least where it's coming from. Just like so. Get some red. I don't want to really brighten the red. I keep the red kind of, put it right in there, like that. Okay. So we got these guys in front of those leaves, but those leaves will be pushed back when I do the actual flower. Okay. So we got those done. Let's put Mr. Round Brush back for a minute. Let's get plenty of the titanium white. And I got little colors mixed in with this titanium. It's not purely white. And I'm not going to, white will be the final color when doing the lily. Okay, I'm going off camera here because I got black from when I did the background. This lily is going to start off gray. Alright, so I have to get plenty of white here. You only need the smallest amount of black. I'm just making the basic gray. Alright, okay. One flat color. Get a little bit of this shampoo mix to thin this color out. Try to mix plenty. Alright. I'm going to try to keep it kind of smooth too. Well, when it goes into the shading, we can smooth it out there. Okay. And let's have some fun. Here we go. Ready? I want it in front of this guy. Right in front. 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 We're going to block him right in. All the rest of that don't matter. If you kind of know where the shading is, or where it should be, you'll be alright. You'll be fine. But I'm blocking the red and get some more white. Slight touch of black in that white. Try to get it close to the same shade if you can. If you can. If you can't, that's all. Notice patches that seem a little duller than the others. That's because your acrylic is drying. So don't try not to go over it. When it all dries, it dries kind of the same shade as the previous. All right. That because it just proves that it just gets darker as it dries. Remember, you're just blocking in right now. The shading and such will come when it completely dries up, okay? And that's all I'm doing. I'm just filling it right in there. Okay. It's not white, it's gray. You'll see. Okay. Let's go for the bottom half. We're not going to forget this part down here. I'm just filling it in. Okay. That's about right. Right in there. Okay. There. Totally blocked in. Okay. Okay. Getting some more titanium white. Like I said, the black is, well, it's actually in my hand here. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. Let's get some shading in here. Of where I really primarily want get a little more white. I'm just going to put where some of the major, the dip of color. What I'm trying to say is the where the bowl comes in at, which is maybe around here. Okay, and you can just fade it right on out. Remember, feather it. A little light feathering. Okay. Really deeper in here, and it kind of opens up, fades out in this direction. Fade it out. No hard edges here. I'm gonna fade it right on out. Probably a little darker. Well, let me do something here. This darken that right up in there a little bit. Yeah. And it gets darker here in the bowl. In the bowl itself, right amongst in here. blocking in the color. Okay. Now, this acrylic, I'm just wetting the brush, so it's more water than anything else. And lightly, I'm going to just fade some of that. Same thing here. Just give it a little fade. And you'll see the gradual fade as it dries. So don't panic. You get the smaller brush, you can do some fine tuning, some scrumbling and whatnot. Okay. You got a little shadow up in here also. All up in there. Right here. So you get your shadow work in there. Up underneath here. You need to get it a little darker, get it a little darker. Okay, entirely up to you. Especially here towards the tip, where it's going downward. All up in there. And we can get some color in between to join those two guys together. Put a little bit in there. We got our little color up in here, a little shading, whatever. We're just blocking in the shading, that's all. Now my brush is dry, just a little moist, and you can do a soft blend in there. If you don't want such a hard edge, just rub back and forth, nothing but water. Alright, so you can kind of see where everything goes. Okay. Remember, you got that bowl here. That bowl's not entirely, it's not entirely white down there. Because one, it's in shadow. Okay. Do a little double loading here. Alright. The back half. Right in here. See that? That can go a little darker. Like so. Get into my white. I got black on in the mix, so it's okay. Fade it right in there, right up in there. Try to keep the strokes even. Okay. I'm gonna go a little darker on that edge, right in here. Dark. Dark, dark, dark. All up in here, a little darker. Back and forth, almost like a scrambling motion. Just like so. Okay. And I'm going to, well, no I'm not. I'll do that in the glazing part of it. But you just handle each section at a time. Alright. Let's get to a little bit of this phthalo color. I'll put it right here where you guys can see it. A little phthalo. I don't have any more black. It dried up on me. That's okay. I'll use some red. Deepen it a little bit. Yeah, deepen this color. It's underneath that big bowl. And let us put in that stem. Remember, you're going to do the initial blocking of color first. Like so. I'm getting a little more blue, a little more green, a little more red. Let's deepen that color. I don't want nothing really showing through on that side. Darken that red up. Just like that. Just like so. Okay. All right. Let's play around with some of the highlights. This is where it might intimidate a few people because the flower is really smooth. Okay, and where you get the pocket of the shading, all right, it's the blending in between the two. Okay, so let's go to where the highlights will hit. Now remember where the bright where the highlight, the shine is on the flower itself. Okay, I'm not going to use, as you see I'm tapping. Alright, it's almost a dry brush, but I got plenty of paint on here. And we're going to, another pure titanium white, by the way. Alright, and we're going to just go right here from the top. We'll smooth it out later, but you just want to go where the highlights, the general highlights would be. So you'll be doing this more than once. All up around in here. Up top up here. You'll be doing this, like I say, more than once. Almost a dry brush. So I can actually, see that? Light touch, light touch. Alright. I'm going to do it again. No medium. Just the titanium white itself. Right around this edge here, where your strongest white would be. Alright. Top of the bowl. Right in here. And you're going to follow that right around this edge here. Right around there. Okay. Get rid of that bottom edge, that hard edge. That'll be faded in later. We're not going to have that hard edge. But we're just laying down the color where the brights will be. All around, especially up around in here. It will be brighter. Up around in here, right by that bowl. Very bright. So we're going to continue that all around. All around in here. We're going to have a cutoff right here. Right in here at an angle. We're going to have a cutoff, come around, right up in there. All this up in here will be quite bright. Because remember, we got to think of the shape of the bowl. Right here, it'll be quite bright right up in there. We'll add some shading a little bit later on that other side. But where it's brightest is where it's going to be the whitest. And then we'll do the gradual shade in there. But you see it's starting to come together. Okay. We're not going to worry about this. This will have a little bit of green in it and whatnot. This will have a little green in it and stuff like that. Okay. We're going to go, you're bright. Well, let's get some more white before I continue running my mouth. Let us go. Well, we know it's going to be bright there. It will, well, let's do it here. It's going to be right here. Slowly fade that out right there. Like that. Get a cutoff right there. It'll be extremely bright here. Right here. Oops. Just get a right in here. It's going to be very bright. Right in there. A lot of this afterwards will be nothing but shading. Okay. So it's going to be bright up in there. Okay. You'll have a hint of bright tipping inward. This is where the feathering would come in. That will be also later. But you got some brightness there too. Right up and around here. So the direction of the bowl is in this way. That's why you got such a firm line here. But all your shading and such will come in that direction, in this direction, downward. Okay, but you'll see what I'm talking about. And going into here, it'll be circular, and we're going to have our little shading going down. Everything's aiming right there in the middle. All right. Okay. Let's get some of this deep room mix. It makes a gray when you add white to it. Okay, and we're gonna step it up a little bit right here. All in there. Make it smooth as you can. right up in there. And keep that pretty sharp right there. Only on one side, like that. Don't want a hard edge. Feather that right in there. So let's let that tack up a little bit. Let's play around with some of this leaf here. Get a smaller brush. So we're going to play around with that stem. I'm going to get some phthalo green here. Just a pure phthalo green. No lotion or anything. Get plenty of it. And we're going to, just like so. Slight touch of white. And we're going to leave that white alone right in there. Right down the side here. You don't have to highlight all of it. Just like so. Alright. Let's get a little blue in the mix here on the other side here. Now you may not see it from your vantage point, it's kind of far away. Just like that. Okay, and I'm going to leave it alone, just like that. Just leave it be. Let's get a little, well, I'm going to need some black anyway. So I'll pour a little bit of black. Where is my, there it is. Just a little bit, just a dot or two. Right on this edge, in between. It's like that, faded red in there a little bit. So it kind of fades in. Get rid of that. Fades right into the background and half into the flower. We're going to do the same exact thing with this leaf here on the outside. Fade it right in. Blend a little bit of that black into the back half of the flower a little bit. Fade it right in. So it appears to come out of nowhere. Back there. Okay. I believe it be. Let's play with a little bit of the shampoo. Not shampoo, it's low. The shampoo mix. I'm gonna make a dark glaze of blue and red. It makes a great shadow color when you add the mixture. And it's kind of rounded. So we'll make it a little darker here. Okay. Get more glaze. Don't be so shy. Alright. It's nothing but a glaze. If it's too dark, it can be covered over. Alright. And we're going to just glaze a little bit of that color right in there. Even into the dark half. It's okay. Get rid of some of that rough edge there. I don't want that dark edge too prominent in there. Just like that. Get some white, small bit. Just like that. Wipe off my brush, and we're gonna fade some of that in there. Round it off. Think of the shape. Round it right off. Like that. Okay. See how it's disappearing in there? So you have to step back away from your painting. Now I'm looking at it through the monitor, so that already gives me distance. It's already focused in too. Alright. Okay. And we're going to move right along here. If I can get the brush thin enough. Even if I have to use the corner. Like so. Okay. And that's about it for that part. Okay. Let's have a little fun. it's time to glaze and fade and have all sorts of little interesting things happen here. Okay, so let's get a 1-inch brush. I'm dipping into my mix. I'm gonna find a spot here, get some titanium white, mix it right in there, thin it up. And we're gonna go with our little strokes here. Go right from the brightest part, and we're gonna go inside. Go from the brightest part, and we're gonna fade it right in there. You might end up getting plenty. Get a little more paint. Brighten that up right in there. That I'm not too concerned about. We can smooth all that out. All of that in there, we can smooth that out too. All of this in here, smooth it right on out. Just like that. Smooth it right out. Nothing but pure titanium white. Alright? And you continue right along. We're going to go in this direction. Go right into the bowl there. Smooth that out. We're going to do some glazing, some clever little glazing here on the outside edge. You want this edge here to be crisp. Right in here. That little curve right in there. Make it smooth as you can. Like that. Gonna give the illusion of that bowl in there. Going right deep. Right into it. Now with pure water, we're going to round that red off in there. And we can darken that up with glaze too. So I'm not too concerned about all of that. Not right now. Okay. Okay, we're going to straighten out this in here. So, more glaze. Loosen up the paint. I got people contacting me. I'm just going to have to wait a second. And we'll continue. Push. Come down. Push. Push. Very lightly. Don't worry about all that. That can be, see, it can be glazed in there. Real smooth. And we'll do some clever shading right up in here without losing all that gray. Okay, because you want a nice soft blend in between here. So we'll get right to that. And we'll brighten some of that up in there too. Okay, as I'm checking it out, I'm looking at it here, looking at it. I think I might want to get a little bit of blue, but that'll be in the glazing too. Get some blue in there. Okay. Let's get a little more white. We're going to go in the opposite direction. Get some white, slight touch of black. Get some gray going on here. Get my little shampoo working. Because as you can feather in the light, you can also feather in the medium tone in the opposite direction. And that's all I'm going to do. Get a little more white, darken it up a little bit. I'm doing it off camera. And we'll do some clever little shading right in here. A little feathering. Meet it right in there. See, you can go in the opposite direction. And it also softens up some of that hard edge. You follow me? It softens it right up. Don't be afraid to use this stuff. Alright? I'm going to get the smallest amount of blue. We're going to put it into that gray. So we'll do some playing around in here now. Slight touch of black. Let's gray that up a little bit. It's a bluish gray. And we'll play around with some of that blue gray right in here. We'll feather some of that out right up in there. Some of that blue gray. You get a little bit of that in here too. Right out here a little bit. Just add a little bit of water in my brush. Get kind of a glaze right up in this area here. Rub some of that out. No hard edge, please. A little more blue-gray. Play around with some of that right up in here. Wash the rest of that out. We're going to soften up that edge right in here. Another water. Blend some of that. One tip of white. Blend some of that right up in there. Like so. If I want, and I think I'm going to, I'm using just the smallest bit of black right here, right in there, not much, right around that edge. I'm taking the paint off the brush and I'm going to use that right up in here, going outward, outward, outward. Wipe off the brush. Get rid of some of that. Fade it right in. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. In the shape of the bowl itself. And you can come above, round it off. So we're rounding it off here. Going in a U fashion down here. And rounding it off. Just like so. Now look at that. Okay, so I'm giving you the technique so you can do this on your own. Okay. We can take some white. Oops. A little bit of shampoo. Making a white glaze. More shampoo than white. Okay. And we're going to brighten that up a little bit. Do not worry, it might appear bright, but remember when it dries, it's going to dry to the color that's underneath. So have no fear, don't panic, don't cry. Okay, I just wanted to brighten that up a little bit. Just a little. And we can smoothen some of that out too. Pretty cool so far. Okay, while that's doing what it's doing, I'm taking a flat brush, I'm taking some solid black. It's time for us to clean up some of those edges up on top. I want it as smooth as possible. Now, if you can't do it vertically like I'm doing it, that's okay. There. This type of lily is a very smooth lily. Edges are like really smooth, like so. Okay. So I am not going to play around with that edge. Take your time, don't rush it. Like so. Alright. We're nearing the end of this. Sharpening up that edge. Like that. Let's get a little glaze here. Brighten up this point red up in there, like so. Wiping off my brush, and I'm going to destroy that bottom edge. Make it soft. Bring it into the gray. I want a fine line, but I don't want such a heavy inside edge on that. Bringing it right into the gray. Like so. Let's take a little bit of black, smallest amount, the tiniest amount. We're gonna give a nice little shadow side right in here. Not enough. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I don't have my lapel mic on, but I do have an extended mic, a boom mic on my camera. Yeah. We're gonna scrumble in some dark right in there. Just a little patch of it right here in the corner. Circular motion. Let's do a little bit of that dry brush on the far end of the leaf. I'm wiping off a lot of the paint right up in here. Light scrumble. Very light, guys. Very light. Rinsing off the brush. And I'm just water. Fade that right in there. Just like so. You don't need too much. There. Just like that. Okie dokie then. We're just about there. Just about. Just about. I want to clean this up here. Give me a nice soft spot right there. A little heavier paint. There's some spots I just want to clean up there. That's all. Go in the direction of your flower, please. I don't want no hard edges, so rinse off the brush. Half water. It fades it. And it turns it into a glaze on the edge. Okay. Alrighty. Let us add our little friend. Of course, I didn't put any yellow out, but that's okay. I'm using craft paint yellow. I'm gonna put it right here on the bottom because it's runny and all of that good stuff. So you know. Okay. We're gonna mix some white into that yellow. We'll put it right here. You need to put some titanium white into it to make it opaque. Kind of stand up against that that gray back there. Okay. And then once it dries, you put more color, brighter color on top of that. Okay. I guess we'll have it come to right about there. Yep. Just like so. Round it off a little bit up there, but it gets thicker, obviously, right down in here. Keep that rough edges there. Keep them. Just like so. Okay. Actually, I could have pushed that a little more forward. That was, it looks a little too far back. It does. I'll do some clever. I'll do something with that. I'm taking some blue. I'm taking some red. I'm gonna put some yellow in there. Kind of give it a weird brownish look. Some more yellow. That yellow in there. Give it some more blue. And some more red. Some more blue, some more red in that yellow. Darken one little patch up there. Okay. I'll put some little dots. Probably primarily toward the back more. Up in here. Turn my brush around. I got more dots. Put the dots in there. Let's go back into our white. Go back into our yellow. Brighten up some of these on top of that. I will brighten it up even more. The final shading here of this guy. Probably use just about pure white. Have it pop out a little better. So we're going to take pure white. Actually, you would use a round brush for something like this, but I'm just using the corner. Yep, let's put the white in there. Brighten that up. Like so. Okay. We're going to get a deeper mix. We're down the final end here. A lot of blue. More blue than red. Got some glaze here. I mixed the red and the blue. Mixed a maroon. Deep one. Making a shadow color. Why am I making a shadow color? Because the light's coming from the one end. So we're going to shadow, nice little rough shadow right here. And look, watch this, watch. See, go in the opposite direction. There you go. And I can make it even darker. Put some black in there with it. Like so. Get that little spot out of there. Get out. All right. I think I just about did it. Right now I'm just being picky. I'm playing now. Because of that purple, I'm plopping a little bit of yellow on that purple, just because I can, and it looks kind of interesting. Smaller brush, not all over the place, just here and there. Primarily toward the top. Little craft paint yellow. Like I say, just here and there. I had all sorts of people buzzing in on me. Okay, I think that's pretty neat. I guess for grins and giggles, I guess I can throw in a little bit of a water drip. Since you guys never see me do one of those, I guess I can zoom in on and do one of those. Okay. So let's zoom in a little bit. Oh, let's put one. Oh, let's zoom in quite a bit here. And we'll aim it there. We'll put one somewhere. I'm getting pretty low with my camera battery, so it might conk out on me. That would just be so unfortunate. So if it does conk out on me, forgive me. But I'm gonna put a drip, oh, right in here. Trail up just like that. Rinse it off. Hopefully I can do it, but by the time this thing disappears, just destroying the edge, the inside edge, getting rid of it, keep it pretty thin. Destroy most of the edge. Rinse off my brush. Keep the edge as thin as possible. And we're going to put some dark, because it needs a shadow right underneath. Okay, then let's get some white, nice chunk of white paint. Let's put the white right in there like that. Well, at least that's one. So it let me do one. Maybe I'll plop another one right in here. Just like that. Nice, a nice size one right in there like this. And we're going to destroy that edge. Soften the edge up a little bit in there. Get rid of a lot of that glob of paint right there. Just tighten that up a little bit better. I have that travel a little bit more up here. Get some black, and we'll give a little outline here, strong outline down here on the bottom. I see my little battery counter going here on me, so I got to do this kind of quickly, because I don't do too many of these water things. I should, I guess. And we'll put a bright one right in here, like that. All right, guys. Okay, guys. Once again, thank you very much for checking this out. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something from it, and I hope I'm positioned correctly. But you know, yeah, the name will be somewhere around here. All right, and I'll check you again on the next video. All right. So peace, happy painting, and God bless and good luck. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.